individual cupcakes.
Cupcakes are huge. I don't think they'll ever go away. You just come up with new flavors and just make them bigger, 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 better until you can't make them bigger anymore.
If supersized baked treats are the icing on the cake, how about a 3-pound cinnamon roll?
Humongous.
You know, we see people coming in here and going straight for that middle, and where all the gunk is at, all the gooey cinnamon and sugar is all in there.
Lulu's Cafe in San Antonio, Texas, has turned a breakfast treat into a giant sensation.
We sell about 400 to 500 cinnamon rolls a day. I think if we could manage to make more, we'd probably sell more.
One batch makes 27 3-pounders. That all starts with a gallon-sized bowl of yeast for optimal fluffiness.
We've already got our yeast rise to the point we need it to rise. Now we're going to throw it into 40 pounds of flour along with 4 pounds of shortening.
The bakers have to work quickly to stretch and roll the dough to a 6-foot length before it rises anymore. One batch of giant rolls calls for 2 cups of cinnamon.
We use about 3,500 pounds of flour a week and about 2,500 pounds of powdered sugar, 2,000 pounds of sugar, regular sugar, and then we use about 200 to 250 pounds of margarine.
This is a supersized vegan recipe with no eggs or butter. So even those on a dairy-free diet get to indulge on a large scale.
We have our oven preheated to 350 degrees.
While the rolls bake, the staff mixes up a vat of gooey icing.
Put about 15 to 20 pounds of powdered sugar into about a quart of water, slowly pouring them together because we want the thickness to arrive on the powdered sugar.
Once baked, they're smothered in icing, 4 to 5 ice cream scoopfuls for each roll.
You ready for a pound of sugar?
If pumpkin pie is your dessert of choice, here's a supersized gourd you could make hundreds of pies out of. Every fall, Cooperstown, New York hosts a unique festival honoring America's favorite giant vegetable. Here, great pumpkin cultivators gather to show off their gardening feats.
We're growing these things for 5 months. You just got to constantly be watching and paying attention to what you're doing.
In my case, it's a lot of manure and a lot of water. This definitely keeps me busy in the summertime, that's for sure.
Growers say the key to supersizing a pumpkin is mild temperatures, good sunlight, and massive amounts of water.
They're weighing these pumpkins, so we want to. This pumpkin will suck up a little bit of water. We want all the weight that we can get.
The result? This year's festival winner that weighed in at over 1,500 pounds.
Congratulations to Todd Brownell.
That's a pumpkin you could mash up into dessert for 375 Thanksgiving dinners. While supersizing pumpkins is the primary goal here, almost just as important is buoyancy.
Well, we have these pumpkins, why not make use of them in a very unique way? So, trial and error, we figured we need 700-pound pumpkins to make the best boats.
At the festival's famous regatta, contestants carve and decorate their giant pumpkins.
Ready, set, go!
And then race them across the town's Lake Otsego, a distance of about 500 feet. Veteran racers use jigsaws to carve their holes for optimal balance. Just a few inches off means your vegetable vessel could capsize.
The pumpkin was way too top heavy, so it went in the water and flipped right away. So we spent the next half hour retrofitting the pumpkin.
Put a hole in the top, and it's fairly high, but big enough so that the grower or the paddler can fit in. But once that's out, you generally want to thin the sidewalls down. You want to lose some weight.
We've learned that if you have a thin layer on the outside of it, it's a little more buoyant, and you have a little better chance in the water. You need all the luck you can get.
Basically, I have to go with more of a bigger pumpkin since I'm 240 pounds. So I basically just go on size and shape. If you get a good shape, you have a good shot.
It's only a $250 first prize for the winner, but it's also the bragging rights. I won the giant pumpkin regatta, and you can put your picture up on your wall and people say, what in the world is that?
We've now crossed the finish line on this journey down the menu of America's epic-sized fair. So the next time you think about supersizing an order, just make sure you know what you're in for. It's all